closer to the face, because you don't want like the strands that are closest to your face to be super thick. You rather want that on the top parts of the wig rather than your face.
And that also helps a lot for people like me. I have a really big head. If I have too much hair on my head, it will make my head look even bigger. And if I remove hair, it will look just a lot slimmer. But I think with Kingdom Hearts characters, you have to remove some, but you have to be a little bit more strategic where you remove, depending on the characters. Like for Aqua, she has it pretty much flat on one side, and then there's a lot of spikes on the other one. So I removed a lot of the hair on the flat side, but I didn't remove as much hair on the spiky one. But I did remove some.
Kingdom Hearts character especially, that's also one of the things that I usually sit down and just like sketch out, because it helps me a lot to once again just like pick apart, because Kingdom Hearts characters you can usually like section up everything. It's like, okay, now we're looking at the parts that's right here, now we're looking at the parts that's right here, we're looking at the parts that's right here. It's a lot of shape. So for me, it would help me just like to draw it out and pick it apart.
And that can really help when you style the wig. Like it doesn't feel as overwhelming if you take like a section at a time. Working with gray eyeshadow is not something I'm used to, I'm realizing. I don't remember at all what I did, but I'm going in with a light gray all over my eyelid and then just going with the darker grays in the outer corner. Like Demu said, keeping wefts in mind with a wig is, it really helps a lot, and it does change a lot. And that, of course, also goes into if you need to add more wefts to a wig to make it more fuller, which usually could be helpful or needed with very thick, spiky characters like Cloud. Probably needs some more hair with his big spike, maybe, or
pretty much all the spiky hair characters usually need hair removed, hair replaced, that sort of thing.
So for like Riku, who has just a lot of spikes going on in the back but not a lot in the front, I could move hair from the front and move them to the back because I needed more hair in the back. Something to keep in mind then with the thinning of the wig is that it could be helpful to just remove the wefts and not just cut it off, because that way you have wefts to put in places where you need to thicken it up a bit, which could be helpful. Maybe sometimes you have to just like thin it and cut it, but most times I would recommend just removing the whole weft rather than chopping, because that way you have hair to play around with in other spots and places.
Also, the wefts are usually layered on top of each other, which adds on more height. So if you remove them, they'll sink down closer to your own skull, which will help your head not look as big.
And that's also something to keep in mind. It's a lot of like the more expensive wigs. Like whenever a wig brand has like a more expensive wig, they usually have like one weft is actually like 2 or 3 wefts, just to make them thicker. So rather than them being more rows, the rows are just thicker, and that does make the wig look more helmety because it gets so thick. So like Demu said, then maybe you don't have to remove all of them. Maybe you can just remove like 1 or 2 of them, because that will also just help a lot with the look of it. I think with Noctis, I almost also removed like half of the weft too, because he also has so much hair in his face. So if I would have that much hair and just have it all in my face, I would not be able to see anything. So if I thin it out to look more like natural, it will help me with actually being able to see through them, and for people to see my eyes through the wig as well.
I think I'm ready to move on to eyeliner.
I am definitely not. I have...
It was a quick one.
Yeah. Kindness eye makeup is a lot. But another thing with wigs we can talk about is, which is also very relevant for Kingdom Hearts and Square Enix and Final Fantasy and all that kind of is how to store and transport the wigs. Because obviously Square Enix characters a lot more of the time have a lot weirder shapes to them. So it's a little bit more frightening to maybe just store them all in bags. But how do you store your wigs and transport?
I usually, since I mostly cosplay Kingdom Hearts, and my wigs are usually very extravagant and big, I usually can't store them in bags. I try to with the ones that I can, but most of my wigs have to sit on like a wig head, like permanently. So I store them on shelf with wig head. I usually try to dust them off when I clean like once a week, because else they will get very dusty. But for moving them around to different places, it depends on where I'm going. If I'm just going like somewhere in Sweden, I'll just hold the wig head when I'm traveling. But for if I was going overseas, I would, if I was being just one spiky wig, I would basically take the wig head and then I would tape it down to the bottom of
carry-on
bag.
Yeah, we've done this when we went to Japan. So in the standing position of the carry-on, we just tape on the wig head off the bottom, and then the flight people look at us very weirdly.
I got stopped at the bag check once because they wanted to see what was in my bag, and it was just like a 7 head.
That way also you have control of your wigs rather than in a check-in they just throw around your bag. But I store my wigs in both bags, heads, and boxes. So wigs that I don't want to have in bags, but they are kind of flat on like these sides, I put them in boxes. So like I'll put them like this. Like Aerith is one of them, so she can lay on the side, but I don't want to crush her with a bag. So that's one way. And then I have bags for some wigs because I don't have that much storage. Sadly, I live in a small Stockholm student apartment. And then with my wig head, I have plastic bags over the wig. So like very thin, lightweight plastic bags. I put them over the wig to protect them from dust because they're in my storage room, which is very dusty. So that way I can at least save them from a little bit of dust. And I transport them the same way Demi do. So when we go overseas, it's the carry-on. But if I just go in Sweden, I will just hold it with my hand. I've started experimenting with putting wig stands in big bags. So I have like a big bag that's like this, and I've taped a bit of cardboard in the bottom and put a wig head in it and attach the wig head to the bottom, because that way I can carry the wig head with me, but I don't have to carry it like this, because this grip on a wig head will start to be very frustrating very quickly. Maybe I should just like abandon this eyeshadow situation. I feel I have to go on to the eye pencil, otherwise I will be here forever.
We have an eyeliner slide, right?
We do. Here are some eye shapes again. Square Enix does a lot of stuff with their eyes. Eyes are really important for Square Enix characters, so it's really good to just take the eyes in mind, which is why we have slides about the eyebrow, the lenses, the eyeliner, eyelashes, because the eyes are the windows to your soul. And that applies to Square Enix as well. And just with like cropping out eyes like this, it becomes very clear what character it is. So take a look at your character. Take a look at the eyeliner shape. Try to copy that to your face.
Obviously, you can't always do the exact same thing for the character, because people have very different faces sometimes from these characters.
I don't know what you mean. Are you not a real life Square Enix character?
Well,
and something to keep in mind with eyeliner is the eyeliner will drastically change from Final Fantasy to Kingdom Hearts. Like a lot. And that's because we're back in is it animated looking or is it realistically looking? If you look at characters like Prompto or Noctis or Tifa or Reno, there's no eyeliner on their eye. There's not this like extreme black outline of the eye that is more common in Kingdom Hearts and like more animated anime characters. So it does get a little bit more difficult, but you still want to use eyeliner though, because it will really help bring attention to your eyes. And with eyeliner, you can really change this shape your eye. So even if you look at Prompto and be like, it doesn't look like he wears eyeliner, you can tell that there's a lot of like redness around his eyes, and you can use that redness as well to change the shape.
The most important thing with character doesn't look like your face is just like to put eyeliner on the right place. Like for Prompto, I would try to use less eyeliner like in the middle of my eye because that's the biggest part of my eye, and I would use more eyeliner around the corner. And for Kingdom Hearts, I would use more like around the entire eye and then drag it down a bit so it'll become bigger. You can see on the photo of the side profile Sora that his eyeliner goes very much down.
You can see that on, if you compare Tifa to Jessie as well, which Tifa is the middle picture and Jessie is the middle on the left, is that neither of them are supposed to have eyeliner, but their eyelashes almost shape an eyeliner. Exactly. And that's more of a thing in Final Fantasy nowadays, is that they don't have eyeliner, but they have eyelashes that are just like so intense that they look like eyeliner. And then on Tifa, you can see how it goes like it goes a little bit more downwards. As with Jessie, it goes up. And that's the same thing as Demo said with Sora. On Sora, it goes down. But then if you compare that to Aqua, it goes up. And that will really help with your eye shape. Maybe we had another eyeliner slide. No.
Nope.
But we can talk about that one as well.
Let's do it.
Which is, how do I pose for pictures?
We have this saying that we usually stick by for almost every character ever. And it is shoulders back and
hips
crotch forward.
And we tend to do it a lot. Basically always. But guys, it just looks so good.
Like that is the default pose of any and all Square Enix characters. If you just like go into any of the games and just like don't touch the controller, they will default into this pose.
Yeah.
Always.
Say one of the more extreme examples are definitely Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Where their idle pose is all the way crotch forward, shoulders back.
It'll always look like their shoulders are slightly dislocated because they'll be back here when your normal shoulders are here.
We started posing like that, I think mainly for Kingdom Hearts, because we noticed that they were always standing like that. And then it just transferred to every character ever. But the thing is that it looks so good though. And it helps the silhouette so much. And it does help with that Square Enix look a lot, because a lot of the characters stand like this. Noctis stands like it as well, if we're gonna take a non-Kingdom Hearts character as an example. So
Keep telling you, all of them stand like that.
All of them, yeah. Like you can tell, we even do it for female characters nowadays. So it just really helps. It looks great. If you've ever met us at a con and taken a picture of us, I will promise you that we have shoulders back and crotch forward. It's so sad when we see like pictures like after Tokyo Game Show, and they all look exactly the same, because we just take shoulders back, crotch forward on every picture. But it looks good. So you don't have to worry. We will look good on every picture. So that's fine. That's fine. The thing with the last picture. Here's a beautiful picture of us when we were in an opening ceremony for Narcon.
Like a skit, basically.
Yeah, it was a skit when we were supposed to be demon boys. This picture will represent that overacting is good acting, at least for cosplay and photo shoots. You will want to exaggerate what you're doing, because I promise you, it will not look as chaotic in the camera as you think it will.
It will feel insane while you do it. Characters is the only character I'll argue that you can have your shoulders more forward than backward.
Yeah.
This is more cool, more manly, or just like cooler. I suppose.
When we were going through,
cute girls will just like want to crawl into a ball rather.
Yeah. When I was looking through our pictures for this slideshow, I realized that the only character that I've never done this like our traditional pose for is actually Aerith, because Aerith is very pure and very, very just like soft and girly. It doesn't really make much sense to pose like this for her. Here's your slide.
I'm gonna fix it, I swear.
Here's your slide that you...
Oh yeah, one more posing thing. This is an important one. It's the Illuminati triangle.
Yes.
You basically get this by doing the like shoulders back, crotch forward. But it's good to think about the triangle shape. This is like a real photography thing. Like you want to draw triangles in all your poses, pretty much. And you can see that since I put Illuminati triangles on all the photos. Like you can see a bunch of triangles everywhere. So just think about creating space between yourself and your body.
It helps again with the silhouette. It will keep the silhouette of the character, like especially with the characters like Reno, to be Axel, the characters that wear all black. If I don't separate my arms from my body, I would just look like a blob of black. So triangles really help, and it also just helps with making the character look more, the picture look more interesting.
You don't wanna, you usually don't wanna do this.
Yeah,
like nothing
just,
is interesting.
Just if you stood like that and put your hands on your hips, you'd have two triangles.
Yes.
All of a sudden, so much better. Then separate your legs a little as well. You get a third triangle. A fun fact is that when we did this makeup last, which is now soon a year ago,
big panic.
Chaos. I realized yesterday was 10 days until it has been a full year.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's almost exactly 1 year ago that we did this makeup, and it took us 4 hours.
I remember we had quite a good time, but then we looked at what the time actually was, and we were like, whoa, we've been here for 4 hours.
Obviously, it was probably because we had such a chill, fun moment. We were just chatting and sitting and chilling and doing makeup, probably why it took so long, but it was a lot of fun. And I think we needed it because we were very nervous for the competition. So I think it's worth it, just taking a fun little makeup moment, chatting and chilling, and to
having a good time before
so
it all went down.
Crazy. We want to have a good time.
It was an interesting time.
It was a very
I feel like that entire day was just weird.
Yeah, 100%. It was a lot because we had a really good time, which like it shouldn't be
surprisingly enough.
Surprising. Like had fun. It was so weird, but like, and that maybe sounds really bad, that aren't you always supposed to have fun? And that is the case, but with competitions you just get nervous and you get a little extra shaky.
Even though it's not a competition, it can be like, oh, you're supposed to go on stage, you're supposed to meet people who expect certain things from you, and it's just like
the pressure
adds on top of everything.
Usually
a little nervous is fine.
A little nervous is fine, it just shouldn't be too much. And we were nervous still, but we had a lot more fun. We were a lot more confident than we were the previous year, I believe. At least I was. I somehow like felt more at home in the situation.
Yeah, after because the first year we competed was very new for me, because I've been on stage a lot and like involved with competitions, but it was my first time actually being a contender. So I didn't know what to expect from like the prejudging. Like the only thing I felt like this is safe for me, this is safe territory, was being on the actual stage. But the prejudging wrecked me. I was so nervous. The second time around I was more confident because I knew what sort of thing to expect, and I knew like what to do more. And
that was really good from like one point of view, because then we had competed together once. So we knew what to expect from each other, and we knew what to expect from the competition, because we learned so much from the first run that we could take into consideration. The first prejudging from the first run, it was awful.
It was. It really was.
It was a mess, and we had no idea what to say, and we were just rambling, and we went out of time. And because you have 15 minutes basically to explain everything you're wearing and how it was made and your performance. Somehow time just ran away, and it was not good. Second run was
fine, but it was also like we were almost too prepared.
We had written a script on what to say about everything so that we wouldn't run out of time again. And
because we were really scared about running out of time. That was like the main thing that we were scared about.
Let's just say we did not run out of time. We maybe talked a little too quickly.
I didn't.
Well, I did.
I wish there would be a recording of it, because we literally went in, didn't almost even say hi.
No.
It was just like walk in and then
Then chaos.
And then everyone just burst out laughing. Like all the judges was like, stop.
Yeah.
Slow the fuck down.
It was a mess, but it was really fun. They were laughing with us, not at us, but they were just like, please slow down, because I have a tendency to talk really fast. And then I was determined to talk fast. So it was a mess. And that way also, I was talking so fast that I kept forgetting things.
It was basically Hannah talking and then me being like, oh, and this thing you did. Oh, and this thing you did.
Yeah, I kept forgetting, like telling about the most important stuff. So Demu had to correct me and be like, well, you remember you did this as well? And I was like, oh yeah.
Well, we had a good, I think it kind of helped us as well to be more relaxed. That we just like created like a very silly mood at the beginning.
We were a little bit more relaxed, which helped. Are you putting on lips? Because I am.
Yes, I am. It looks like I've eaten blooper.
But here, lips. Lips was a thing that we also talked about on the prejudging.
We were so proud of that. We still are, I feel like.
Yeah, we're a little too proud. Like, ooh, look at us.
Pretty much, when we decided on makeup, because all the characters have pretty much a similar color scheme, and they always use in the game. And they always use pretty much the same color palette for the face, even though they use it different ways. So pretty much all the characters have the same lip color, but they use it in different ways for each character to give them whatever look they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
So we decided that we would at least have matching lip colors.
Yeah.
Very important, I know. So we went out on a quest to find the perfect near lip. We tested way too many colors. Then we found the perfect one, and we bragged about that on the pre-judging, and they were like, we don't really care. But we have matching lips.
But it really does help with games such as Nier that has such an iconic color theme. It does help with us looking like we're from the same world, but we apply it a little bit differently because I can get a little bit more of a sharp feminine lip, and Demu can do a little bit more of a gradient lip. As you can see in the slides, the lip shape will change a lot on the characters, and it will help a lot with how you do your lips. Like if we just look at characters like Yozora and Riku, which are essentially the same 3D model, Yozora has a lot plumper underlip than Riku has. So just putting a little bit of shading underneath your lip, instantly you look more like Yozora. Another lip thing which can be quite helpful, at least in my opinion, especially with the boys, is to draw your mouth corners a little bit more outwards.
Elongate them.
Yeah, elongate them. For somehow it just helps a lot. I do that with all my male characters and instantly it looks better. I don't know why that is, but when my lips are shorter, like more squinted together, they look more feminine and cute somehow. So that's a good little tip. I need lip gloss and eyelashes, and I think I'm done. How are you doing on that front?
I'm doing lips now.
Ooh, that shine. Love that. But then maybe we should go on to the eyelashes thing then.
Yes.
Which is
I already put on mine. So
oh, okay. Welp. We can talk about it.
Fast.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm the slow one. I was supposed to be faster than I let you down. So, but we can talk about eyelashes while I do mine. One quick little note about eyelashes as a starting point is that if you're cosplaying from Kingdom Hearts, have eyelashes on. All Kingdom Hearts characters have the thickest of lashes. This includes the male characters, even more than the female characters. Sora have thicker lashes than Aqua does.
Terra. The thickest eyelashes in the history of Kingdom Hearts.
Terra has the biggest drag lashes ever. So please put on lashes while cosplaying from Kingdom Hearts. I have lashes for Riku and Axel too. Like if you've seen this picture in the bottom right, this Axel, just seeing that eyelash poke out in the silhouette, so much more Kingdom Heartsy all of a sudden. It also just looks more interesting as well. We don't do underlashes as much. The only Screenix character I had under eyelashes for is Cindy, which is the second picture from on the bottom. But that's a thing. Oh, I have used underlashes for Alice from Sin Alice.
I feel like the more anime they look, or the more cartoony they look rather, the more eyelashes you will probably need. Like the two girls I have in this slide, they are anime characters. It's Shiro from The Game of Life and then Rika from Idolmaster. Those are the characters I would use eyelashes for.
Characters that we actually don't use eyelashes for. I don't use eyelashes for Noctis just because they look so natural nowadays in Final Fantasy that it's hard to get away with eyelashes on boys without them looking like girls, sadly. It can work with some characters maybe at some times. It would have to be very specific, I think. But usually eyelashes they just help out so much. And we have some examples of lashes. On the very right, we have underlashes. So that is if you want to have an underlash, it's not as useful in Screenix because if they have underlashes, they are usually very short. They could be very prominent, but very short. If you look at characters, once again, very recent Final Fantasy games, they all have underlashes, but they are super short and they are super intense. So they almost looks like eyeliner instead. Then Demus fave lashes are in the middle.
The bottom ones in the middle are the ones I have on now.
Yeah.
They are thicker, but they are shorter. So they give more of prominence to your eye, but still don't look girly. So
I've started to use them.
They are very nice. They are very good. I use them for 9S and Emil right now. So
I started to use them a lot as well.
Better for Nier. The top ones in the middle are the Kingdom Hearts ones I use. And the middle one I use for different characters. I can't remember which ones right now, but I use them. And they are very similar to the top ones.
Yeah, I used the bottom and the middle ones as well. I use them for characters that need volume to accentuate the eye and shape the eye, but that don't need length. But my lashes, which are the ones on the left, are taken in a very bad light. I'm sorry, people, but the top ones are actually brown, and I wear those for Rapunzel, which I realize is not a Screenix character, but I just wanted to say that brown eyelashes can be quite nice for blonde Final Fantasy characters. Since nowadays they look so natural, they don't look as makeup-y anymore in Final Fantasy. It can help to have brown eyelashes for blonde characters to just make them look more soft, basically, not as makeup-y. The middle ones to the left, I'm putting on at the moment. They are my favorite lashes. I wear them for almost every Screenix girl because they just fit so lovely. And then there are the bottom ones, which are a lot longer on the outside than on the inside, which helps with making the eye look more sharp and cat-like. And I wear those for Riku and Axel. But if you compare them to the ones above with the orange package, the orange ones are more wispy. They look a little bit more soft on the outside. And the softness usually helps them look more feminine. So the more sharper, edgier one on the bottom left, they fit the male characters a little bit better, in my opinion at least.
I am done.
Well, I am very soon done. Then there's Wigu time.
Wigu time. We have one last question-ish.
Yes, very true. Very true. But then I will see you soon. It feels so weird to see this again. It's like
flashback to the past, but it's not really the past.
I noticed that I have some blood leftovers.
We all do. This boy right here also has blood on X places.
Mm-hmm. We had blood in our performance, if you didn't know. And apparently it's still a little bit of here.
It is everywhere.
But okay, one very last thing. How do I use this? How do I apply this? What do I do with this information?
What comes next?
What comes next? Take this information and just try to apply it best you can to the character you're gonna cosplay according to the media. If you followed us through this journey, you probably noticed that we talk a lot about how Final Fantasy compares to Kingdom Hearts and how Nier compares to the others. We always talk about if we're gonna make a Kingdom Hearts-y wig, if we were gonna make a Final Fantasy wig, because those like adjectives then they mean so much in the style and how we approach things. We've obviously talked a lot about the games that we cosplay from because that's what we know about. But if you think about other Square Enix games like Dragon Quest or Octopath Traveler, of course, this all applies to them as well. Just look at the media, look how they translate to real life and how far you have to go to achieve that. And even though they all are vastly different from the different games, they all have a lot of stuff in common, which you probably also realized. They still have a lot of similar things and stuff, but you can tweak them, and that will really like up your Square Enix game if that's what you want. But most importantly, have fun. When we competed as Kaina and Emil, we had fun, and that's what's most important. And obviously, like now, even to this day, we remember that we had fun.
That is what you will remember. If you've had fun, you will remember that you had fun. If you didn't have a good time, you will remember that you didn't have a good time.
It's supposed to be fun, guys. It's not life or death. It's not a Square Enix game where the main character always dies in the end. Spoiler alert.
And even though we have a bunch of like knowledge about like Square Enix characters or cosplay, doesn't mean you have to do it this way. Do it your own way. This is just how we do it and what we recommend. But you do what makes you happy. And the main goal is to have fun in cosplay. So as long as you're having that, you're winning.
But with that, we are actually done a billion years later. Thank you so much
for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned at least something.
And if you didn't, I hope you had fun anyway.
Yes, exactly. I hope you had at least a little fun. Maybe our Swedish accents was fun enough for you. If you have any questions about what we said, you can of course contact us on Humidun or Birth by Sleep or Birth by Sleeping online, and we will try to clear up some stuff. And of course, please support the World Cosplay Summit Kickstarter. That's what we're all here for, and that's what we really want to push with this whole thing. We don't want to lose this event. It's such an incredible event, and we need all your help to just keep this alive, please. It's a very little time left on this Kickstarter, so let's do a final little push, everyone. But thank you again.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you
for coming and hanging out and having fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, welcome back everybody. It was nice to see this nice Square Enix makeup tutorial panel by Yumidon and Birth by Sleep. It was very nice to know more about the Square Enix characters and how to make them, to become them. But now we have a little special program that wasn't planned in the first place, but we feel like it's important. We have with us here right now Okuri-san, president of the WCS Inc. Company, as well as the wonderful and the famous Paul, the translator of many languages for the WCS. And Oguri-san has a very important message to give to you guys who have given and who might want to give to WCS for the crowdfunding. So I will let you now speak. Thank you.
これ、
はい、お願いします。はい、お願いします。
こんにちは。今、日本は23時です。この、番組もあと残り1時間だし、クラウドファンディングも残り1時間になっています。まずこの企画をしてくれた本当にオーガナイザーと、アルムナイのみんな本当にありがとう。すごく嬉しく思ってます。一旦ここまでお願いします。
It's 11 p.m. in Japan right now. We are about to hit midnight in Japan. That will be the end of the crowdfunding campaign. First, in the name of WCS, the company, we'd like to thank all the organizers and alumni who have created this awesome supporting project WCS Endgame. はい。
はい、皆さんが本当にご心配の通り、コスプレサミット来年の開催がもう本当に危ういという状況まで来ていて、このような今回クラウドファンディングに、踏み切ったわけなんですが、今日この後残り1時間か、残すところで、もうほぼ1100万円ということで、本当に、ここまで、寄付をしていただいた皆さん、本当にありがとうございます。一つ一つの思いにですね、僕ら応えて、なんとか来年は、コスプレサミット、名古屋で、オンラインでかもしれないけれども必ず、開催するっていう思いが特に強まっています。本当にまずは、ここまで寄付してくれた皆さん、まずはありがとうございます。
Thank you. Thanks to the support and cooperation from everyone who has already supported back this project. We have been able to gather approximately 11 million yen. We are right at the mark of 10 million and a half yen. You know that this crowdfunding campaign started because actually the celebration of the World Cosplay Summit next year is a danger. But thanks to the support that has been collected from everyone, people around the world who are backing this project, we have a strong resolution to make the World Cosplay Summit next year something real in Nagoya. We still don't know if it will have to be an online event, a real event. The circumstances are still very open, but the World Cosplay Summit 2021 will take place in Nagoya, one form or the other. Thanks to your support. はい。
はい。で、この場所がね、本当に望まれているかどうかが、今回こうやって1000人以上も人がね、ドネーションという形で寄付していただいた。これやっぱ日本だけでやってても絶対このような数にはいかなかったと思うし、本当に今回は僕自身が感じたのはコスプレサミットって国境を越えてみんなが日本に集まる。で、国境を越えてみんなが交流する。で、国境を越えて何か一つのこと、コスプレっていうものを極めるために、競い合ったりするっていう場所だったのに、今回世界中の人たちが国境を越えて一つのことを何かを守るために協力し合うっていうことが、この番組を通じてこのドネーションを通じてすごく感じたので、このコスプレサミットの新しい価値、新しい絆が生まれたなっていうふうに思ってます。この絆、あと残り目標としてはですね400万ぐらいあるんですけども、まだ、ドネーションされてない方、ないし悩んでる方いたら、こういった皆さんの思いが詰まったイベント、ぜひとも、継続のためにほんの少しでいいから力貸していただきたいなと思います。中部国際空港にこの2020年本当に特有な年だと思います。もうパンデミックだったんでね、僕なんか家族と一緒にマスクをした写真をセントレーに置くんですが、そんな写真が何千万何万枚って、飾られる日を、願って、ぜひドネーションしてくれればなと思ってます。ぜひ、日本に名古屋に来てください。
Right now we have almost 1,200 people, 1,200 backers who have been supporting the crowdfunding, the campaign, the whole World Cosplay Summit. Probably if this crowdfunding campaign had been conducted only in Japan, it wouldn't have been possible to get these many people contributing, cooperating, supporting the project. The World Cosplay Summit is an event which transcends barriers, overcomes any barriers, and makes people come to Japan. It's an event which makes people overcome barriers and enjoy together what they love, which is cosplay. And in this case, with this campaign, it's been clear that it's an event which has been able to overcome and transcend barriers and get the support and cooperation from people all over the world. This is a very important value of the World Cosplay Summit, which has to be preserved. The event itself needs to be saved and still preserve this place for cosplayers. For people who still haven't donated yet, we still have these 48 minutes, almost 1 hour left to help support the project, even if the amount with which you can contribute is small. Every little contribution will be welcome, and your feelings to support the cosplay community will be really appreciated. Think that we're also collecting these pictures to create this photo mosaic that will be welcoming persons arriving to Japan in the next years to come at the Nagoya Central Airport. Oguri himself and his family have contributed pictures with masks, as this is the item of this year that we will never forget. Think about the possibility of becoming a part of this history with your donations in these minutes that are remaining. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this quick message, Oguri-san. And we will see you in about an hour to react to the end of this crowdfunding campaign with us and with Mori-san as well, and Paul, of course. Thank you again, and see you very soon. So good. And we're back. Welcome again. And this time we have a few more people for the last panel with cosplayers and alumni for this live stream WCS Endgame is going to be the teams of WCS 2021. I don't know if we call it 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure anymore. Anyway, so we're going to have a few introductions with a few of them, and of course their expectations for next year's WCS finals championships, because as Oguri just have said, there will be a WCS next year. No matter what, there will be a WCS next year. So congratulations already to everybody who helped. Keep on helping, because every bit, like Oguri said, every little bit helps to make sure the event goes on and that all the cosplayers are welcome in the best conditions. So thank you again, and we'll do the raffle things after. I think we might need an extra raffle in not so long. So here we have with us Diana, who is now ready after she got her coffee. So she's she's all coffeeed up.
Hear the song of the siren.
Exactly. With us, we have also Without Makeup Team Sweden 2021. Who's here with us? You just saw them with the Square Enix characters. So Yumida and Birth by Sleep. We have one half of Team UK for 2021 with Claude with us here. Hello. And finally, the returning for Team Canada, Jessie. What is your nickname again? I'm never too sure. It's
Niena Syrian.
Niena. So welcome guys, and already congratulations on being the representatives for your country for next year, this year, next year, but let's say next year. Know. So exactly. So and the question, yeah, 2021. And so the question is right now, what do you expect from WCS? I guess, I don't know, like maybe some of you never went to Japan, maybe some of you didn't really had time to chat with previous teams. So the question is, what do you guys expect to live, to see, to experience once you're there? We're gonna start with, let's say Claude from the UK.
So I have been told ad infinitum that it's going to be really, really hot and to expect moisture. So Letty and I did do a trip to Japan some years ago. It was in August, so we're low-key prepared for wandering around in civilian clothes at least. But honestly, I think once we have wigs on and actual cosplay, I mean, I don't know how anyone has survived it in the past. I don't know how you guys have done it in chat. Alumni, please give tips, because I do not deal with the heat very well.
Adrenaline, basically.
Adrenaline. Yeah.
We'll just willpower until you're fine.
I have one good trick for the red carpet one. You know these instead cold pad that you break and it just became really cold? I made a pocket behind my neck and I just put one there right before the red carpet, and it was nice, cold and breezy on my neck all the way. I was like, oh yeah.
All the tricks.
All the tricks.
Yeah, so moisture side, it's, I don't know. Also, I think I don't know. So I've met some of you, so obviously we're sat in a Skype call, and I think through this event, we've gotten such a strong sense of the amazing community and family, and I can't wait to experience that. Yeah. What
about you, Team Sweden?
I think it's a community and family thing as well. It will be very nice to just get to know everyone and meet everyone from around the world. I've also heard it said that people sometimes bring candy.
Don't bother. We didn't think you're not bringing us candy. Your candy is all trash.
Yeah.
Be ready to be spread on Canadian maple syrup.
So meeting lots of fun people from all over the world will be super cool, and getting our own little World Cosplay Summit family and candy.
Yeah, candy. Just please promise me you won't bring Surströmming. Surströmming? Don't bring that. Please do not do that.
Maybe that's an idea.
That's a threat.
I've always wanted to try it, so maybe do.
No.
We'll have to open it outside. Or else it would be bad in the hotel.
Yes.
Don't bring any fish.
Yeah, well, Surströmming. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice experience. Jessie, well, you've been there in 2016, and now you're returning. So your experience is more like, what do you expect to be different?
Well, I'm expecting new event or different events since I was watching all the WCS since I went there, and before there I just noticed some little cute difference of what the visit are going to be, and I'm like very excited to see what will be 2021 in these visits, and I just want to see more. I want to know more about the culture, and I will be even more prepared for the massive heat wave, and I will have more of my icy pad to keep myself cold and water and all. Also, extremely light costume. One of my costumes I prepared is like a surf suit, so I will be ready to go surf anytime.
Surf suit. Okay, good.
Yeah, from the game. It was Mario and Sonic at the Olympics Tokyo game. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do the surf suit. I will be ready to go ride the wave and Laguna.
So yeah. So I don't know what we could add to the expectations. Like, of course, there's the general adventure, and then there's more specific events that we don't know yet what will happen. If Meiji Mura will be there still blazing hot as ever or not. So we don't know that. But it's really on some specific events we have to talk about the competition and what do you guys expect from the stage and the whole the whole thing happening and all that. So then again, Team Sweden, since you're together, how do you guys prepare for your performance?
We don't live in the same city, which is a mess.
This is a problem.
But luckily, Sweden is very small, so it doesn't take too long to travel. But we practice outside in my parents' yard.
Or my yard.
Or your yard. The stage for the preliminaries is very small. It's a very small stage, so we can imagine that stage pretty easily in any small room. So that's kind of nice.
So, and what do you expect? What do you expect from the performing experience? Because you will be on that big stage with all the lights and everything. I don't know much about the stage you have for the selections apart from the size, apparently. But I don't know about the lights, how many people are in the audience, and how excited is the Swedish audience in general. So how do you imagine and how do you picture it right here, right now, compared maybe to the videos and to what some other previous Swedish representatives told you? So how do you imagine the experience?
Do you want to go?
I think we think kind of backwards because we have looked at the WCS competition for a long time. So we kind of imagine the performance for the WCS stage, but when they have to downgrade it to the smaller stage. So now we want to do it for like the big actual WCS stage.
The big one, yes.
Yeah. I'm really excited. Big screen, finally.
Yes.
Big screen finally.
You guys going to prepare a video for the screen and everything as well?
Yeah, we're on Comic-Con, which is where the Swedish preliminaries are. It's a very small screen, and it's not even by the stage. It's up in the corner
It doesn't
of the
work
wall.
as well.
No, so it's going to be nice and fun to work with a big screen.
Good. What about you, Claude? About the stage, about the performance. How do you?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all. No, for starters, I get really bad stage fright. So a lot of our performance for prelims was Letty kind of sat there like hands on the side of my face, like, you got this, boo, you got this. So I think probably I expect a lot of that backstage. But also we've never had to prepare a video for a performance. So I think working with the screen will be something new, and we're kind of working to figure out how we're going to incorporate that. In terms of our overall performance, though, we did sort of plan it, hopefully with the final stage in mind, but just having the space to run around. But I mean, yeah, when we did ECG way back when, we kind of had that thing where we were translating a prelims performance into a final stage. And yeah, the amount of space and how it changes your performance is pretty significant. So having experienced that one, it's definitely worth it, I think, for everyone just to like map out the actual size you have to run around with and just like sprint across and make sure you can do it. Yeah. And
I think the stage of the WCS is bigger than the one you experienced on the ECG at the time. Right now ECG stage is just
It's the best
ridiculously big. No, I mean the stage right now for the Japan Expo is huge. Like it's 500 meters square. So it's like what the hell. Anyway, that's a different topic.
Yeah, I don't really remember. Like I don't remember the ECG stage a lot.
You're at the time the stage you performed on was about a bit less than 200.
Wow, so it's doubled in size. I mean, to be honest,
doubled, yeah.
I couldn't really see because I was wearing a Lord of the Rings thing, so I had like black all over my face, so I had no idea what was going on. To be honest, there was just like stage lights and stuff.
Was it before or after the Hangover? It was before the Hangover.
No, this was the day before. Yeah, the copious drinking was the night after the final. Not a story we need to talk about.
Yeah. What about you, Jesse? What about performance? Well, you've been there. It was not the same stage, I think. Maybe not the same stage.
A little bit bigger than the stage in 2016.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Please continue. I'll be right back. I'm opening the door.
Ina's there to shave him. So Jesse, just so that you understand, the stage we had in 2016 was actually the small stage in comparison to the one that we use now. The one that we use now is quite a bit bigger, and there's a whole large backstage area, so we can set up all of our props simultaneously at the same time, and everybody can just sort of like queue up and then go up onto the stage and across. And so I think you're really going to enjoy, having the room and being, able to not just like prepare and have your things ready to go, but also hang out with everybody backstage.
Yeah, really looking forward for that backstage, because I remember the little square of tape that we had to sit in and not move too much. And I saw pictures of the other years, our big backstage. I think it will be very impressive and fun to have so much space. I'm really excited to have Lauder's stage, and I was really impressed by the capacity of WCS to have lights that fits the skit that much. It's not something that we are used to. In Canada, it's hard to have a fade in, fade out of light just at the beginning and the ending. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. And screens, forget about it. There's no screen. It's not something that exists for us for a stage performance, so we have to do without it for any convention. So I think it's really exciting. We have a big project for some back videos, and we really want to work on that. And I'm currently trying to see how we're going to train in front of our screen without having the screen behind us. I have a plan of having a projector projecting the video on the wall of a building and try to practice in front of it and something like that. My hometown city, Cap Santé, is really nice. We have a theater, and the mayor was one of my friends, and he'll lend us the theater to practice before. So I was hoping it will be possible again and try again to work on that. And I'm pretty excited to bring something new and to see that humongous stage and experiencing again that really cool stress. I wasn't as much stressed to go on that stage any other, but it's so different. It's so exciting. I miss it. I want to do it again.
Yes, the stage experience is gonna be great for everyone. But yeah, WCS is a bit more than that, especially in change as well. It's gonna be a very strong bonding experience. I don't remember. Did you experience Meiji Mura, Jesse?
Yeah, it was raining. Yes, it was crazy raining.
Oh yeah, that was the year. That was that year. My bad. That was that
year. Yeah, we won. Our little group were trapped under we were seeing a lake from far, and there was like a place with a roof and some mister, and we were just stuck in there waiting to what to do. And at some point, we just saw a bus pass, and we're like, "Hey, where are you going? We want to come." And at some point, we just ran behind it and joined everybody into a building. I was like, "Oh yeah, so wet."
So yeah, and so Team Sweden and Claude, did you hear about Meiji Mura or any other activities that happens usually at the WCS? And are you like excited or a bit confused or scared? Who knows about some of the activities that are generally planned?
I'm scared of the heat as well as Claude. I don't handle temperatures any other than room temperature. It's a mess for me.
Yeah, for Northern Europeans up here.
I have some bad news for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot about the heat of the different events. So we're trying to have that in mind of like event costumes, so we won't die and suffer. But our alumni have been very sweet of giving us like tips and tricks on how to sweat-proof costumes and on what fans to bring. So hopefully we survive somehow.
Yeah, I mean, having heard people call Meijimura the surface of the sun, I think was thrown out on the live stream throughout the last few days. Yeah, there's fear. But also Tsupo and I, we like to wear a lot of clothes just as people. Like, you know, the more kind of like extra bits we can get in there, the better. So I don't know. We're gonna have to turn that off really for the events. I think I don't think we'll live.
Just go live it. Get yourselves like linen suits. I think is probably going to be like the move. Just I'm sure that you could go and raid a cost and be fine.
Yeah, I mean, she made a sweat layer for her finals costume, so maybe we should just do it for all of the costumes.
Yeah, and so another key event in the WCS that it has to happen unless there's still some issues somehow, I don't know, is the Osu parade. So I guess maybe you saw some videos, maybe some live streams, some pictures from the Osu parade, and the heat and all the people around. So how do you picture, like when you're on stage, you're the center of attention, but you're on stage, it's dark, you don't necessarily see the audience and everything. But here you're going to be like going through the middle of people, with people getting like completely excited because they're just so happy to see you and interacting with you and wave to you. How do you think you're going to feel about this experience, about really being here and just representing the characters that they love so much and having so many, like, thousands of people around you?
I mean, I can't even really imagine. It's pretty intimidating to think of that many people seeing you in full light wandering down a road. I mean, we're all normal people, right? We go to work, we live. I mean, when do we ever have people cheering for us in real life? It just doesn't happen. So, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I would actually like some fans kind of following me around, but no, I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine what it's going to be like. But I mean, just seeing the photos, it just looks like such a lovely day. Sunny, but lovely. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you guys?
For me, okay, you will panic. I will hold Demu up, walking. So she'll
just drag me along the carpet.
Yeah, sounds about right.
No.
I'm kind of used with people. I've been singing on stage since like ever, so I'm kind of used to a lot of people watching me.
Okay.
And it's even easier in cosplay actually, because then I can like try to get in the head of like it's not me.
It's not you.
Watching.
It's just.
Yeah, exactly. So it even gets a little easier. So
yeah.
I will drag them along, and we'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah, just like Alex explained, like before during the day, like during the Osu parade, they were like dressed as the Shingeki no Kyojin character, and he was Levi, and she just blew a kiss to some girl in the parade, and the girl was like, oh my god, that's completely soon over. So yeah, you're not really you. You're the character. No, that's good. What are the other events, Diana, that are key to the WCS, you think, that we could get their expectations on it?
Well, let's see.
Apart from the intimidating costume judging, that's going to have to come after.
Actually, that is kind of something that I think would be really great to talk about, is the costume judging. Like, is there anything that you guys are hoping? Like, I know Kluden and Supo did judging with myself and Lynn from from Sweden. I'm so sorry. Will is in the chat, and he was talking about my vile plume, and that was the first thing I thought was Australia. And he has and Ben, and then we do time it out, and you guys did lovely. although I will say, like, the record for the most intense judging experience is tied between the 2018 Australia team and the 2018 UK team for like most thorough like presentation. Minnie and Gnomes gave a lecture, and so did Carolee and Georgia. They were just like, this is our costume, this is what it's doing, this is how we milled it, and this is the thing, and then blah blah blah, and they got to the end and they're like, finished. Yeah, you're going to be timed, and we're going to come up and like talk, like take that time to like talk to us about your costumes as we're like looking at you, of course. But are you guys ready for the judgment?
We kind of touched upon it in our the activity before. We wrote a script for our pre-judging in the preliminaries. So we kind of just went in, didn't even say hi, or just completely just try to get through everything as quickly as possible. And of course, Lynn, Olivia, and Mia would just laugh with us and be like, "Slow down,
breathe."
Yeah. So I think we learned a lot.
Make a script, but also breathe. It's the plan, I think.
Yes.
Have pauses.
Yes, exactly. A balance between
How long do we have? How long has it been in last year's?
About 10 minutes. Between 10, depending. And you know, the good thing is like everybody, for the most part, everybody has the opportunity to bring like a translator if you need translation help, and we accommodate you in that way. But I do think it is really important for like organizers and cosplayers to prepare before they come in for the judging. So it's really nice to hear that you guys know that this is happening and that are prepared for it. Another key thing would be like prepping for chatting with your like the lights and the sound people, making sure your videos are ready. And then they do really, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a photo session immediately following the judgment where we basically take like a really beautiful, like full body picture of you in your costumes. So maybe prepare some poses for that, because those images end up getting used in the posters for the following year. So I really wish I would have realized that particular thing, because I would have definitely been like way more aggressive in my face. But it's also really nice because at the end of it, they do pass that on to the organizers, and we could pass it on to the cosplayers, and then you have this really lovely like archival photo of your costumes.
I love how you're calling it the judgment rather than the judging. Sounds way more scary.
They called it that on a paper in 2017, and it
really
my head ever said judgment.
Judgment.
It sounds like some kind of badass attack.
What I remember from it is that we didn't have control over the slides, and it was like always we have to magically wait for it to change, and was like, oh no. And it was like just missing just a little second that we maybe have needed. I was like, can we have the little slide thing, please?
Lena is here.
Oh, hi.
She's blurry.
That's all right. She's beautiful
I'm gonna unblur her. Yeah.
Unblur.
Sorry about that.
She's ready for the waxing.
She's ready for the waxing. But let's focus on the
so glad I'm here for this.
Let's focus back on the expectations right now, please. So yeah, and also, well, one of the key events of the WCS, and maybe I'm skipping a few days in the adventure, but we hope, because it's not sure yet, unfortunately, and we hope, and we're gonna insist on this to Oguri-san, that the onsen, the special tour, would be really, really nice to have next year. We need to have the special tour, right, Oguri-san?
Please.
Yeah, we need to have the special tour. So that's what we're gonna photograph our beautiful calendar when we maximize out to that 150 million in the last 5 minutes of this thing, right?
Yeah, sure, exactly. We need to do that. We need to call some people. We need to call some heroes.
Yeah.
And what? No, not me. I'm not a hero. No, you're not. You're not gonna shave my beard. You're not gonna wax my beard. No way. No. Okay. Chest is enough already. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's imagine. Let's wish that the special tour is still there next year. So, what are the crazy stories you've been told about it, and what do you expect from it?
Why would you do this to us, Benjamin?
I'm sorry, what?
The onsen stays at the onsen.
Yes, it stays at the onsen, except the little bit that just,
explodes,
gets out here and there.
Except when we're fundraising, right?
So,
oh boy.
There's a lot of drinking and a lot of people in onsen.
A lot of drinking and a lot of people in onsen.
I'll tell you all a story of the onsen if you would like, that technically did not happen in the onsen, so I think it's safe. And that was when at 3 a.m, representatives from Denmark and representatives from Mexico of 2015 decided that they wanted to play hide and seek, but they also wanted to walk down to the beach. And that year, and I think you were there, Jessie, that year we had a very large hill that you had to walk down to get to and from the onsen. And then they were like, well, let's go down to the beach. And I was like, oh, you're all going to die if you go to the beach at 8 a.m. Like, you're all going to die. So I had to like go in and basically ask the night manager for a torch and like count out who was going. And it was like, there were, oh my God, there was like, it ended up being like 15 or 16 people. And we all like walked down the beach. I kept counting them to make sure nobody died. And then we get to the beach, and then everyone was like sorely disappointed because the sand was all gritty and hard, and it wasn't like soft sand that I think people are used to. And so everybody like went to the beach, realized that we might die because there were too many rocks and it was cold and the water was full of jellyfish. And it was maybe not like the best idea, and that then we would also have to walk up really hill to get back home. And so we took a picture, and then we left. And I was
all
right. Go to bed, you ding dongs! Like
I didn't went.
No, of course you didn't. No, I went to bed, got like 4 hours of sleep, and then we all drove home. And then I cried. Everybody cried. But yeah, chalk out.
Sounds like when you try to keep track of a kindergarten class, just counting all the children.
This is why everyone calls her Mama. Like little ducklings wandering around.
Yeah.
We have so many mamas. We have Diana's and we have Tsubaki.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm not a mama. I'm not a mama. No. WCS indeed. The WCS is really like a family meeting, like you guys said. Like it's nice because you heard that it feels like a family, and it's exactly like a family. So you have like the mothers taking care of all the little kids, and you have the drunk uncle, the annoying cousin, and all that stuff. You have all kinds of family there, all kinds of family.
Which one are you?
Shut up.
That's the only one who's actually not your family. When he's there. He's like the long-suffering, like twice removed ex-husband.
I've had so many husbands at the WCS. It's fine. I'm dealing with it.
I wonder who the next one's going to be.
So, but for you guys. So regarding the WCS and all the events you hear about and all you've seen, what is the main event or the main aspect that you are eager to experience and to live and to see by yourself?
So I mean, it probably is a special tour, right? We've had the onsen stories.
Okay,
I don't know.
Alcohol. Fine.
The
UK.
alcohol.
Keep on.
Okay, yeah. UK binge drinking. We all know it's a thing. No, but last time I was I say last time, when I did get the chance to go to Japan, we were given little potato sacks to wear at the onsen. Modesty sacks, but I hear that's not a thing for WCS. So I think I saw international butts in chat. So I guess that's the one.
I mean, that's you grow through skinship.
Skinship. Love that.
And how much have we grown?
Yeah, well, talking about the ladies, we all have a lovely time. Everybody like sits and talks about how beautiful each other are, and we have like our hair up, and it's really nice and lovely. Whereas on the other side, the men are all comparing their penises.
Sure. And so by the girls onsen, the cousins, and you mean when Andrea puts on the swan hat and starts dancing naked in there? Yeah. Just to be sure.
Nah, but for real, it's probably the day of the finals that like you've worked really, really hard to get there. Even though you're not there to win, you're there for the experience. Like it's still the accumulation of so much work and just stress and just getting out there, the like crazy adrenaline 2 minutes that nobody remembers because it's all a blur, and then it being done. I don't know, like from the one competition I've done before, it's just the best feeling, it being like just done and the adrenaline you get off it. So I can't wait.
I don't know what this game Spin the Bottle is, Ed. I've never heard of it, and I don't know how to play it. Maybe you can come on the chat and explain it sometime.
And I've never kissed Ed off. This is not true. Never have I ever kissed Ed off. Yeah. Anyway, what about you, Tumsu, and Birth by Sleep and Yumiden? What do you expect? What is the main aspect that you want to experience about the WCS?
I also think the actual like competition day, just because we've been dreaming of being a part of it for so long, and we're like watched all the clips on YouTube 1 billion times and being like, oh, that looks so cool. So just imagining that day, that thing is becoming reality. Happening. Like we're being added to that YouTube playlist is kind of insane.
You want to hear the World Cosplay Summit voice? Call your name. Call your name.
Okay. Oh, that is actually it. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
WCS Team UK 2021.
I'm so excited.
I'm living for it.
Yes.
And so, what about you, Jesse? What you've been there before? So, but what do you expect from your second coming to WCS?
What I'm waiting for, I think, as much as I love also the stage experience and the competition, since I've lived it once, I think this time I will enjoy more everything what's on the side, all the parades, all the meeting. I will be joining all the party in all the rooms of everybody. You will see me drunken everywhere. I don't know. I just want to get to know more people. I think I was so stressed the first time by the competition and also by my personal health. I didn't want to get sick. I was so afraid to get sick and not be able to experience anything that I just refrained myself from experiencing stuff. So this time I just want to go crazy and test everything. I want to eat every weird dishes that you can find in Japan. I want to go to the Owl Coffee. I want to test everything, and I want to meet the people even more during the parades and take crazy picture. And also I want to do so many more photos and videos. Last time I wasn't prepared for taking videos and photos. My phone was almost full, and my phone was locked, so I couldn't have access to Wi-Fi anywhere. No internet. I was like, everybody was playing Pokemon Go. I was like, Tsubaki, Wi-Fi, please. And I was like so sad. And this time I will be ready to have my internet, my picture, and I will do massive vlogs and create so many more memories and make the longest YouTube video of everything combined and making the best experience ever.
I want to point out that Jesse, since 2016, has put together chats for every team on Facebook for basically since 2016. So the 17, 18, 19, and now the 20 and 21 chats were actually all started by her, even though she wasn't a representative in the years except for 16 and 2021, because I think you put it together in the first place and everybody connected with it so much. So now we have this really beautiful thing where people can stay connected through the years. And it's been really lovely. Our 2016 chat is still going. So, because these are friendships that you make for a lifetime, and connections that you have, hopefully forever. So it's really wonderful.
That's true. I also started the Christmas card exchange that worked really well in 2016, and not so much this year, but we didn't have many teams selected yet. And I think keeping the bond between people is so important. And I'm ready. It's fall right now. I'm going to collect some maple leaves and make cool maple cards and stick it on them. I'm ready to dry my leaves and make some gift to bring to people. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, I'll prep my tea.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh, pressed flower, oh, pressed maple leaves, and then you're like, pressed tea.
Just get all the leaves and just slam them down.
And then we come with pressed fish.
Like
Yeah.
Aggie, just like here you go,
Smelly fish.
from London.
You know I work in a fish farm, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Well done.
Oh.
Well done.
Wow.
Please don't send people fish.
Only fish.
You didn't.
In different shapes.
I only say this because I'm allergic to fish, but also because fish is gross.
We need fish and chips, so maybe we've got like a surströmming fish and chips, Jesse's fish thing going on.
That's an idea.
A fishier. Year for fish.
International fishier?
Yeah.
Counter? Fishmonger?
Just want to say we're 10 minutes left, a bit less than 10 minutes left on the quick Kickstarter. So guys, please give. We can reach the 11 millions. We're so close to the 11 million.
Is that where you shave your armpits?
No.
Go.
Sorry.
Come on! People want it. They're screaming in the chat.
Too bad. Anyway, will it be for, well, not for Jessie and apparently not for Claude, but will it be the first trip to Japan as well for you, Yumidan and Birth by Sleep?
We have been to Japan twice, so this will be the third time. Both times, though, we've gone in like September because we've gone to Tokyo Game Show. Both times. So this will be the first time we have to endure the summer heat. But we are very much in love with Japan and we miss it every day. So we're really excited of
We're super excited.
Back. Yes.
Good experience coming up. Sorry, I'm just checking because somebody's preparing some stuff.
Is Lena?
Lena's
yeah,
there.
Lena's over there. Preparing.
Doing
tools
God's
of
work.
My pain. I'm sorry?
She's doing God's work.
And that's what everyone's here for, right?
Anyway.
Oh,
We reached 11 million. No, we didn't. Any of you guys would like to add a bit of something because of you have a group chat on Facebook where you already keep in touch with about 18 teams already selected, 18 teams, something like that. Yeah. So do you?
I don't remember.
Sorry.
I don't remember how many we are. I can count right now, but
I think it's about 20. So how does it feel already to discuss and create bonds with these people? Like, I don't know. Do you know any of them from previous travels, competitions? I don't know. Or is just meeting new people that you're going to meet?
There's a bunch of new people. There's people. There's an organizer also in that group, and there's people that came. That I don't think there's people from 2016, but there's a lot of people, and I think we chat a bunch. It came by wave. We don't speak all the time. We collaborate together to make the video, the Pass the Paper challenge thing. And that was on the stream last time for the WCS. We worked hard. I think Sumi was the one that managed to edit that. We just we voted on ideas to do for the switch from not cosplay to cosplay challenge, and the idea that was Rustain, let's just have a piece of paper, take in our hand, look at it, like panic a bit and pass it to the next, and at the end reveal, see you in 2021, because we were postponed, but we're still here. And that was a really cool collaborative effort, and I think it helps us know all the other teams a little bit better and our personalities, and just seeing the end result was really fun and cool. And we always chat a little bit on that chat, and it's so fun to get to know everybody. At some point, I will spam pictures of snow because it's a tradition. I just show snow in Canada all the time and maple leaves and stuff. And I'm looking down at the last, but my computer is lagging. I don't know what happened last, but Well.
So there's only 4 minutes left. 4 minutes for you guys to maybe give a message to all the teams that are selected and all the teams that will be selected, hopefully in the next few months. Hopefully the other events will be able to take place and have the full WCS roster going to Japan. Is there a message you wanna give them, Claude?
I mean, guys, I cannot wait to meet, people on the call, but also everyone that's out there, future teams to be selected, those that have been, alumni. Like, it's just such a great chance to meet all of you, and I really, really can't wait to do it out in Japan. Naked vodka, international butt ship, whatever it is. But yeah, just bonding over this crazy hobby we have. It's awesome, and I'm so thankful to everyone that donated that's making it a reality. Thank you, guys.
And Hannah, Amanda, any message as well?
You want to start, Devin?
Thank you, everyone who's donated. It's been such a good time, this entire stream, and I can't wait to meet everyone in Japan as well.
Thank you, everyone, for the donations, and
oh my god,
we're looking forward to meeting everyone so much. It's so incredible, all these people who are so inspirational. We gotta see them.
The community is so great and so kind.
It's so cool. It's gonna be lots of fun.
Big donation! Wow.
Did we? I'm sorry, I talked it over.
No, it's all right. I'm sorry. I just noticed that the number just keep getting higher and higher. It's crazy.
I know, refreshing the page is just the best.
We hope it's getting higher. Diana, do you have another a word for the final minutes of this crowdfunding campaign and for this short panel? Apart from adding to your pledge, apparently.
Confirming my Kickstarter donation. I want to hit that. 11,000 if we can.
You want to do that? Yeah.
It's not because I want to shave your eyebrows or your armpits. It's literally because I do actually want to get to that sexy calendar times with Lynn in Sweden. So.
Yes. People are screaming from armpit in the chat.
Yeah,
they are screaming hard. Lena, you gotta make that happen.
Anyway,
they want it.
Before we reach the end of this short little live talk, I would like to thank you for spending some time with us and sharing your expectations for next year. And of course, I can't wait as well to get to meet you guys and see you all in wonderful costumes and performances for Japan next year.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure,
Can't
guys.
Wait.
Thanks to everyone for the stream.
It's been great. I'm going to stay on it until it's done. Yeah, I'm going to stay on it until we're in the last seconds. So guys, don't forget that.
We're nearly there. 20,000 yen?
Whoa. 60 seconds exactly before the end. 60 seconds, the last minute. We can't put the final countdown music, but you get it. You get it in your head. It's fine. You have it. Oh, please no.
Oh, my.
Exactly.
We have 46 seconds. I'm sorry, I have the Kickstarter piece open. Part of me is like, do I go in and change the whole thing to 500?
Yeah, no. I'm like, do I go manage my pledge? Ooh, did we make it? I mean, we've already made it. It's happening next year, so.
Oh Lord, it's moving fast.
It's happening next year.
Oh wow!
Come on.
I upped it again.
I don't know exactly
Look at that!
Wow, guys!
Oh my god! 31 seconds.
We made it!
Oh my gosh!
We passed the 11 million.
It's happening!
I said 12 million. No. I said.
Whatever, Ben. Whatever.
So yeah. We're gonna do the chest boxing, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Anyway, I would like to thank you guys. Thank you guys for spending the time with us. And,
oh my goodness!
I would like to thank everyone in the audience. I would like to thank everyone who provided such an amazing content for so many hours. 3 days almost of content. It was quite amazing. It was all in a rush. We didn't think that so many people would step up and bring something to help us with that. So I would like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart, and also, a big shout out to Patrick, my lovely German husband, who is doing a crazy amount of work with also his friends and coworkers back there to make sure the streams was running incredibly smoothly, just like my chess is going to be in a few minutes. Anyway, I don't know if we just cut right now and come back to you, or if we just stay with you. But I guess it's gonna be easier if we just do a short break to the transition and short break.
Short break.
We'll
Mentally prepare yourself.
To talk with Oguri-san and Mori-san and have their reactions to the crowdfunding campaign. Okay?
All right.
So see you very soon. I'll be right back for you know what. And welcome back to the stream. We're having a lot of people here right now on the stream. We're having Oguri-san, president of WCS Inc., Mori-san, the producer of the WCS, Taeyeon, the wonderful magic helper, queen of the alumni, Diana, the wonderful organizer from the USA, and Paul, the magical translator in every language that exists in the world, and myself, the tool of your of your fun, of your amusements.
And
So,
your left and right pectorals.
I'm sorry?
We have 4 people coming from France. We have you, Lena, and then your left and right pectorals.
I wish they were big enough to to really give them a identity, but anyway. So thank you, everyone. So apart from this, I would like to already thank. I would like to thank already Oguri-san and Mori-san to take the time to be with us this evening. It's already midnight in Japan. It's already midnight in Japan. And so we gathered more than 11 millions. That's incredible. I would like to thank everyone for the wonderful, incredible crowdfunding campaign and all this rush, that a few days of rush. You're going to do it now? Oh, bitch.
Go for it.
Hey, no.
Ah, c'est bon.
You're gonna be so beautiful, or
yeah, I'm gonna be all smooth. So first of all, I would like to ask Oguri-san how he feels to see such a tremendous movement and such a tremendous gathering of support for the WCS during this situation.
まず小栗さんへの質問なんですけれども、このクラウドファンディングキャンペーンが今終了した時点でのちょっとご気持ち、ご感想はいかがでしょうか？
はい、もうね、嬉しくてしょうがないですよ。もちろん1500万という目標を掲げたんですけども、そこに到達しなかったとしても、このわずかほぼ1日でこれだけの数字が伸びるなんて、いや、これはもう本当にこのコスプレサミットの絆、オーガナイザーさん、そしてアナム内のみんな、そして番組を見てくれてた皆さん、そしてコスプレサミットに何らかの形で関わった人たちが本当にこの場所が必要なんだなっていうことで応援してくれた賜物だと思います。本当にまずは、1254名の皆さん、本当にありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。
So, you know that we had set an ultimate goal for this crowdfunding campaign of 15 million yen, which were essential to carry out the project to be able to hold World Cosplay Summit 2021 free of these financial difficulties. We've fell a bit short of this 15 million yen goal at the end, but we have gathered more than 11 million yen. And there has been an incredible increase in the amount of backers, in the support that we have been receiving in these last 3 days of your WCS Endgame Spatial program. So this really proves that there is an incredible bond between organizers, alumni, all the viewers of this spatial program, backers of this project, and all people who have been involved with the World Cosplay Summit somehow all this time. This is really incredible, and we cannot but be extremely thankful to the support of everyone. These 1,256 backers which have supported us through Kickstarter, plus all the persons that have been supporting through Twitch. Thank you very much, everyone.
Wait.
1000万人超えたことでベンが胸毛剃るっていうのも見れたのが嬉しい。
I mean, yeah, we had this promise that if we got more than 10 million yen, Ben would remove his chest hair, and this is amazing. This is the most amazing thing we have been seeing. Yes, it is.
Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree.
すごいと思わないのはやっぱりベンジャマンの実ですよ。
It's really difficult to concentrate on what Paul's saying while watching Ben's suffering.
Yeah, this is suffering.
Very easy.
So to come back on a more serious things, even if right now I'm not being really serious, it's difficult for you to take me seriously. I mean, laisse-moi faire la question. So people want to understand exactly what the 11 million means exactly to the WCS right now. What kind of impact it will have on the participants, on the competition, maybe the duration of the event. People, even if I understand that it's complicated to know right here, right now, the exact consequences. Can we have some more specific answers about that?
この1100万円余りをちょっとね超えたねその寄付寄付していただいた方に対して今この募金したね調達できた資金で世界コスプレサミットには直接どんな影響がありますか、何ができますか。来年はもちろん今のところでは来年はこうしますそうしますというのは難しいんですけれども、具体的にこの集めたお金で何ができましたのか簡単に説明できますでしょうか。
はい、もちろんコロナの影響がね来年のどこまで続くかっていうのは全くわからないんですけれども、よく分かっているのはもうこの2020年今年に舞台に立とうと思っていた、各国の代表って18カ国で代表決まってたんですよね。で、その人たちがやっぱ立つステージ、これは絶対作らなきゃいけないなということで、今回のドネーションが始まるきっかけになりました。で、我々コスプレサミットっていうのは今40カ国の国と地域が参加するイベントになってるんですけども、その、参加する国にはライセンスフィーっていうのが、必要なんですけども、このライセンスフィーっていうのが、多少の足かせになって、その国の代表がね日本に来れないっていう可能性もあるのかなというふうに思っていたので、我々自身のイベントも大変なんですが、まずは各国の代表予選をやっている、それぞれの、国にですね、この40カ国に分配したいと思っています。その分配金で、また、来年日本で会えれるような、多少なりとも支援になればなということで、この1100万円というのは、我々じゃなくて本当に各国の皆さん代表になった子たちが日本に来れるために使ってもらえるように、分配したいと思っています。
First, we shall mention those 18 teams that had been already selected to take part in World Cosplay Summit 2020. The event had to be cancelled due to the coronavirus crisis. And these teams have obtained the right to participate in the next edition, WCS 2021, next year in Japan, if the coronavirus crisis allows. Right now, it's very difficult to see what the circumstances will be in July, August of next year. Our earnest intention is to keep the plans to organize the event as usual, having these 18 countries plus the representatives from countries that couldn't celebrate their selection this season due to this global pandemic problem. In the first place, earning these 11 million yen in support from backers allows to ensure that this stage for these teams will be built. We have these plays in Japan that will be preserved and saved for them. But, we said there are 18 teams chosen out of 40 countries participating in the event. Those 40 countries, the organizers in each country and region contribute to the World Cosplay Summit with a license fee, a participation fee. And also they have expenses bringing their teams to Japan. They usually cover these expenses with their own means, but again, due to the coronavirus pandemic crisis, due to the current situation, they cannot afford to cover these participation fee expenses to bring the teams to Japan. So basically, these 11 million yen, the collected amount, will be mostly divided among the organizers, will be shared with them to help cover these basic expenses that allow the representatives to come to Japan. This is what ultimately ensures that everyone will be able to be in Japan next year. Hi.
Do you have any specific questions, Diana, about as well the things that are going to happen in 2021 regarding WCS? Or personally, I have a question that we want, like we said before, we care a lot about the onsen tour, the special tour. So we know that this year it was already a bit complicated to have the special tour, but do we have good chances to have it next year, or is this something that it's still too early?
やっぱり先ほど2000者となる方とのちょっとトークしていて皆さんが結構気になっていたのはやっぱり温泉ツアーねスペシャルトリップですけれどもね今年はこのスペシャルツアーの実施がちょっとね危ういことだとはちょっと聞いておりましたがそれはやっぱり現時点ではね来年のことについて話すのは多分早すぎるかもしれないんですけれども来年に向けてそのスペシャルツアーの実施についてが今のところでは確定に何が何と言えますかすいません
これ森君話した方がいいねあれ400万ぐらいかかってないもう一回クラファンだよね
いやその前の、トークのところ聞いてて全然英語は分からなかったけどスペシャルツアーのこと喋ってるなっていうのはもうずっと分かってたみんな行きたがってるなっていうのは分かりました何より僕らスタッフも本当にそこを楽しみになんかやってるっていうのもありますしもうなんとかねそこも含めて実現したいなっていう思いは
にゃにゃはい、はい、わかりました。Mr. Mori has to admit that his English skills were not so good to follow the previous conversation that we had one moment ago with the representatives of next year. But he could still grasp that you were talking about the spatial trip continuously. So he has kind of understood that representatives are really eager to take part in the spatial tour. So as organizers, as people who are preparing everything in the World Cosplay Summit, we are currently working on ways to...
Sorry.
What was that? We're working on just trying to make it possible as it should be a tradition. Yes, this year it was there were chances that the trip couldn't have taken place this year, but since the event ultimately didn't occur this year, WCS 2020 had to be cancelled, maybe we'll have the special tour in 2021, so we will not lose traditions. Anyway.
Sorry, just cutting the sound because Lena is having way too much fun waxing me. So Taeyeon is having a hard time right now. Not laughing. Yeah.
How can you ask serious question while doing all those?
I'm picturing myself in a better place right now.
He's imagining he's in the onsen.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. That's why he cares. Yeah.
Exactly. The onsen, the true special tour. I guess it answers already a lot of the question that we could have. If you in the chat have questions to ask to Oguri-san or Mori-san, please feel free to ask them right now. They're here. We will relay the questions. And I think it's important to hear what you have to say if you want to know more about the event. But Sure. So for next year, can you already tell us a bit? Well, hopefully what you work on, or is it still too early? Like, are there some new events, or are there some events that you know you are going to do, or at least that's really the intent for you to do? We were worried about the Tokyo round. Like last year, the Tokyo round was it was a bit hard to organize. Let's be honest. And we would like to know if this is going to happen again, or if this is something you're gonna change or like adapt differently.
来年度のことについて話すのは、やっぱりまだ早すぎるかもしれないんですけれども、とりあえず来年度に向けてWCS 側で今考えているね項目とかイベントの構成とかについて例えばね新しく新項目とか新しいイベント、それか削除したイベントとかについてのもう決まってることがあればね、ちょっと教えていただけますでしょうか。例えばね、去年がね東京ラウンドがちょっときつかったので、東京ラウンドが本当にこれから継続するかなしにするか、これからの予定はもし決まっているようであれば簡単に教えていただければ幸いです。
これ森くん喋る？
いいですか？
お願いします。
本当に現時点で白紙とは言わないまでもやっぱ来年に向けて具体的なっていうところはもう本当これからになります。特に我々のイベントはそのスポンサーさんありきでいろんなコンテンツを作っていくものなので、明治村でのイベントもそうだし、ラグーンテンボスのイベントもスポンサーさんありきでコンテンツとして成り立ってるっていうのがあるので、そこはこれから僕らもそこ努力していきたいなと思ってます。で、いろいろ多分来年いきなり元通りにっていうのもおそらく難しい中ではオンラインと、リアルっていうのをうまく融合していくことも考えていかなきゃいけないなと思っているのと、東京の話も出ましたけど、まずは、今回クラウドファンディングでやってた通り、最低限イベントをまず継続させなきゃいけないっていう中では、名古屋でこのオアシス
あと
オス
その場所にみんなでが集まれる、ことをまず第一の目標としてやっていきたいなと思ってます。
Well, translating this reply from Mr. Mori now. Basically, the World Cosplay Summit is an event which has all these sub-events, these activities like the visit to Meijimura, like the Laguna Tembos Cosplay Night, which depend on the will of sponsors. These are sponsor-driven sub-events. So it depends on whether there are sponsors that wish to have this event taking place at their premises. That's what happens with the owners of Meijimura, with the owners of the Laguna Tembos. If it's possible to fit them in the schedule and they contribute to the event, this is how the World Cosplay Summit takes place every year after all. So right now it's a bit too early to determine whether these will be included next year or not. Sponsors still have to decide whether they will be looking forward to have this included as a part of the World Cosplay Summit. Regarding the Tokyo round, which has been mentioned, seeing that the circumstances right now push us to think basically on the continuity of the event, and now also given the situation with the coronavirus pandemic, it's very complicated to think about moving people around, etc. So what we can think for the foreseeable future, for at least the immediately next edition 2021, is to have the entire event in Nagoya, having our usual places for the celebration, the Oasis 21, the Osu Commercial Center. So we would go back to what the World Cosplay Summit had been until 2018. Also, we still don't know again, stressing this fact once more, it's very difficult to see what will happen even in 1 year from now. So what the WCS is currently more concerned and thinking about and figuring out what to do is how to mix a real event with a virtual online event in the measure of possible, or what can be done to make, for instance, if next year maybe some teams cannot travel to Japan, but some teams can do. I mean, the circumstances we still don't know. How to mix an online event with an online event in the best possible way. This is the most impending issue. Your chest appears too large, Ben.
I know. Anyway, don't focus on it. I know it's hard. It's hard for it, but don't focus on it.
No, it's a bit disturbing, but I mean.
I know.
Disturbing.
Anyway, so thank you for that reply and these explanations. We have plenty of questions on the chat. I don't know if we'll be able to answer all of them, but I will try to do a few ones. So there's one which is talking basically about, because you're in a tough situation right now. It's of course caused by COVID, but there's people who are asking if you have a plan for the future for the WCS when it comes to the financial plan, all the savings and all this stuff to avoid being in the same situation if anything happens. So improvements, let's say on the financial management, and I would like as well if you have any plans for improving the communication that proved to be a problem for a large part of this crowdfunding campaign.
はい、またチャットで寄せられた質問なんですけれども、やっぱり来年はまた同じ、大変ですよこれは。来年はね、また同じようなこういうやっぱり経済的なピンチにならないようにちょっと計画はすでに立てられているのかで、ちょっとなんかやっぱりもし来年はまたコロナウイルスの影響でリアルイベントの実施が難しくなった場合はまた2022年度のためのクラウドファンディングをすることになるってか。それかそこまでする必要がないように再編成とかを今のところは検討されているでしょうか。すいません、この質問でした。
そこはちょっと僕は答えますね。僕が冒頭に言ったように、とりあえずもうすでに決まっている代表が決まっている国もあるし、やっぱりオフラインじゃなくとも絶対に代表選考会、いわゆるチャンピオンシップは僕はやるべきだと思ってるんですね。だから、オンラインでも、世界大会チャンピオンシップができるような、仕組みというのは、あと、そんなに時間ないですけれども、毎月毎月オーガナイザーミーティングもやっていこうっていう、裏側にはそういった思いもあって、オンラインでも世界大会できるっていうのは、まずベースとして、構築しようと思ってます。で、もちろん、オフラインが一番素敵だし、みんなでまた名古屋で会いたいので、それはやっぱどうしてもそのパンデミックの中で今、明確にこうだっていうことは言えないんですけども、この我々事務局会社が続く限り、この中で、スポンサーを探すもそうですし、それ以外に、今回のドネーションじゃないんですけども、参加する皆さんから、応援をいただきながら開催するっていう方法もありかもしれませんし、さまざまなことを我々事務局だけで考えるんじゃなくて、この40カ国、オーガナイザーの皆さんとも共に、やっている。
I must admit I got a bit distracted by what's going on the screen right now, but
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I mean, basically, even if the event next year has to take place as an online-only event, everything will be made sure in order to have, at least this is very important, the World Cosplay Summit needs to have this international competition of cosplayers. element. I mean, we have to keep these, and these will be kept, and these will be made financially stable, and will we strive to make it sustainable. Of course, we have gathered this direct support through this crowdfunding campaign from people supporting the World Cosplay Summit all around the world. And this ensures the celebration of World Cosplay Summit 2021. As a company, we are also looking for sponsors in Japan that can also contribute to the financial sustainability of the event. I mean, this is also very important. The WCS requires also sponsors as well, the companies that will be glad to have these international cosplayers gathering and promoting their brand, their event. So we have been doing all these last years. And the company is actively looking for them in Japan right now. The situation, I mean, it's difficult for everyone in the world. Hopefully this will end soon and we'll be back to the regular activity as we had been used to. But also the company is looking for these supports in Japan. Now we've done this crowdfunding campaign. But again, this is not only sustained by the WCS company in Japan, but also thanks to the cooperation, the ideas, the projects that are being carried out by the organizers in these 40 countries and regions. And now this program, this live streaming, what's happening right now, it's a powerful, striking example of what organizers can conceive and organize to support this whole event as a family. So we are going to be a family of 40 organizers plus a company, that's for sure. Hi.
Quick note.
Yes.
I think that really, if anything can be learned this weekend, it's that, you know, when we all collaborate together, really amazing things can happen. And I think my hope is that going forward, we will have the opportunity to really, you know, create more things together, communicate more thoroughly, and hopefully like do more of these kinds of streams. And also, I hope that maybe like you can take this information from the stream this weekend to sponsors, to potential partners, and show them like we have a network of people all over the world, and your sponsorship, your partnership gives you access to this amazing network, you know, where we can do like raffles, for example, which was an amazing thing that we got, you know, donations from all around the world for. And you can, you know, connect directly with the communities that you're trying to partner with. And then from there, that branches off into their communities. You know, it's an incredible network we have available. And I really feel like this is one of the first times that we've truly taken advantage of that network. And I hope that it's something that we can continue to do in the future.
これはちょっとまたね、日本語で訳しますが、これやっぱりダイアナさんのコメントで、やっぱり今週末この3日間の番組は、オーガナイザーが協力すればどんなに素晴らしいものが作れるかの、すごい例になりました。これいつもこの40カ国のオーガナイザーね、国と地域のネットワークの話とかもしていますが、本当に実施して本当この価値が残っている実例としてがこの3日間の番組が残ります。これからまたこの40カ国の国と地域のオーガナイザープラス WCS ね、株式会社ね、会社のこの協力はもうちょっと生かしたくて、これやっぱり WCS 側では日本側のスポンサー会社にはこれもちゃんと売り込むことができるんじゃないかと思っています。もしWCS のスポンサーになったら、この40カ国のグローバル的なネットワークにつながりができます。今実はこの3日間ではもういろいろまたくじとかいろいろプロモーションとかもしましたので、リーチも結構グローバルになったし、本当にこれ価値あります。これできればWCS 側からまた向こうにいるその日本側のスポンサーにもちょっと紹介してほしい。これからもまた素晴らしいこの協力を続けましょ
う。そうですね。ありがとうダイアナさん。
Thank you for the insight.
Yeah, and I would like to add as well, like you talked about marketing as well, but I think it would be really important. You said you're looking for sponsors in Japan, but you are also an international event, and I think you should have someone really dedicated to international marketing and international communication, because this is really something that is missing to this international events as it should be. So and a lot of people around the world, and organizers included, are really frustrated not to get the proper information sometimes, about everything that's happening in a clear way. So that would be also something that we would like to see.
で、またやっぱり今スポンサーといえば WCS のスポンサーが主に日本のスポンサーですよね。やっぱりこれこのWCS のこの本当に非常に重要な支援がスポンサーの支援が日本だけで探し求めるのは日本のスポンサーにしか頼らないのはもうちょっともったいないと考えていまして、やっぱり世界コスプレサミットがこんなグローバル的なイベントである上でやっぱりスポンサーも海外で募集した方がいいと思います。やっぱりWCS 側では日本国内だけじゃなくて日本国外のこういう営業セールスの力を入れていただければすごいなんか、結果的その効果があると思います。でやっぱり海外のオーガナイザーとのコミュニケーション情報提供が今のところではやっぱり十分明確じゃない感じがしまして、それもちょっとコミュニケーションが藍色となっていまして、それちょっと改善していきたいと思います。
そうですね、ありがとう。だから本当に毎月オーガナイザーミーティングが必要だなと思います。特にこういう状況だから、みんなで新しい価値を作っていく、新しいコンテンツ作っていく、新しいスポンサー作っていく、非常に大事なことを今回学びました。はい、ありがとうございます。
I mean, this is why now we have begun to have what we want to be monthly, regular, direct meetings with organizers. Until now, this hadn't been taking place, and the main purpose would be, of course, to share directly with you the progresses in new contents, in new events. Also, the advancements in getting sponsors. That's why our intention is to make the communication direct and more frequent with you. This has been lacking, this is true. And now we have this opportunity that we have, that due to the current situation, we have to engage in all our exchanges in this video conferencing, video meeting, virtual way. Maybe we can use this as a way to speed up things.
Okay, well, thank you. We have another few questions here. Basically, people are asking, well, first of all, how, because we didn't reach the 15 minutes, so some people are asking how they could help WCS right now. Is there going to be some kind of merchandise or new merchandise as well available for people to buy? And also, it's linked to that. It doesn't necessarily be crowdfunding, but people really enjoyed the initiatives we had this weekend with live stream and online content available for for an international audience. So they would like to know as well, could it be something that could be a regular rendezvous throughout the year and throughout the next month?
You mean open for the audiences?
Yeah, just like we did, like an open live stream, like with cosplayers doing tutorials, doing maybe some other stuff that can help with cosplay. Like we had like yoga sessions to relieve the stress from conventions. So all this kind of stuff that is useful, interesting to the cosplayers, maybe even in different way. Maybe just if it's something that can happen from WCS.
まずもうクラウドファンディングキャンペーンが終了しましたが、これからまた協力し続けたいという方も少なくないから、例えば WCS ブランドのグッズ購入とか、ちょっとグッズがあればね買いたいとかねと思っている方もいるし、またWCS 側からこういうストリーミングのコンテンツが定期的でもねいいからねあったらねフォローしたくて支援したいという方もいらっしゃいますけど、今 WCS 側ではこれは考えられているんですか？
ストリーミング に関しては僕らも今回ね初めてやって、初めての経験だったんだけどすごく手応えがあったんですよね。で、今回さっきダイアナさんが言ったように本当にこういうものを積み重ねることによって各40カ国の絆が深まってで、それぞれの出番、あと強みとかそういったものを生かしながら本当に番組になっていくなっていう感じがしてます。これを、年に1回のお祭りにするだけじゃなくって本当にワンクールに1回、季節ごとですね、しかも大陸持ち回りとかですねいろいろアイデアが浮かびますんで、必ずこの学んだことをですね実践にしていきたいなっていうふうに思って何もまだ決まってませんけども、こういったことを、毎月のオーガナイザーミーティングのところで、決めていきたいなというふうに思ってます。
The World Cosplay Summit has organized its online edition. It took place at the beginning of August. It was the first time that this company was organizing this kind of event, and the response was quite positive. Now with WCS Endgame, it's the organizer side who have set up all these things that has been going on for these 3 days, which has proven very interesting because we have been able to see the many different varied contents that could be created, promoted by cosplayers and as a corporation of the many diverse national characters, identities, idiosyncrasies that people around the world have. This is really interesting, and this experience shows us that it's we shouldn't only make these once a year, but yes, of course, having this kind of streaming regularly could help cosplayers get in constant communication with us, just to keep this flame burning, this communication on all through the year. And of course, right now there's nothing decided at the moment, but it's a very interesting idea to consider and to set up. And of course, this will be brought up to discussion in the next meeting with the organizers, because there are many things, many potentialities that can be done. And now this weekend has shown us that it's possible. That's all.
I think that there's such a wonderful potential to connect with everybody around the world, and so great. And we now have Patrick kissing Ben's chest, his clean shaven chest. That's fantastic, and definitely not distracting at all whatsoever. But no, I do think that some transparency with our expectations, transparency with what we are available to do to help, and of course, like, you know, an active communication in the multiple languages. I mean, of course, I know that we talk about like a problematic communication, but the truth is, like, the WCS is significantly better than it's been in the past with its communicating. And there is a long way to go, but it is still like solidly there. It's happening, and it's happening in multiple languages. So improving is really the best thing that we can do, and that not only takes the support of everybody who's participating, but also the organizers as well as the WCS Incorporated. And I'm really hopeful that with showing you the way that we've, you know, done this stream and the previous stream that we did in the beginning of August, everybody kind of has a better idea of what they're capable of doing to help to promote those things in the future.
これ、またその WCS のオーガナイザーとのコミュニケーションについてのコメントなんですけど、コミュニケーションはここ数年に比べてね、最近改善したことに、事実ですね、改善していってます。だから今の方向性はいい方向性でやっぱりこの方向で進めていきたいと思います。で、今この3日間のストリーミングも8月の頭の WCS 側のストリーミングも今みんなの可能性がすいませんね。I have to block a part of the screen. とりあえずこれからはさらにより充実したストリーミング内容ができますので、 まあ、とにかくね、今までのグッドワークをね、続けましょう。はい。
あれこれ、俺って落ちてる？
カメラが映ってる。
そうですね、見えないんですね。
なんでだ
I mean, Mr. Oguri is there, but
His camera isn't working.
he's listening, he's paying attention.
He's back. He's back.
まあいいや、まあいいや。はい。
はい。
So, I think we answered most of the questions that were asked. Well, people were asking if the Olympics would still have affected WCS, but you know, the answer is, I guess, obviously yes. The question is more like, will the Olympics take place next year? Because the organization of such an event is much more complex than WCS. No offense, of course. It's just natural. So we will see what happens. So yes. So did you answer about the fact that people were asking if you were planning to put some extra merchandise? I didn't hear if you replied to that.
I think that we didn't get an exact reply for that. ですいません、ちょっと改めて先ほどの質問に戻りますけれども、WCS グッズが作っていますか？購入したい方はどうすれば手配できますか？
森君どうぞ。一応終わってからだもんね。もろもろデリバリー打ち合わせとか。
今回のクラウドファンディングのことですか？
いや、多分それ以外ね。You mean, Benjamin, not only like the goods that have been produced for this crowdfunding campaign, but WCS goods in general. That's what you mean?
Yes.
一般
そういうの。
一般的に WCS グッズが、ちょっと購入したい。
そのグッズに関してはどれぐらいのニーズかっていうのは、いまいち分かってないところもあって、こうやってオンラインとかクラウドファンディングやったりとか、オーガナイザーの皆さんとコミュニケーションを取ることで、そういうグッズを求める声があるってことであれば、もちろんそれには応えたいなと思うし、作りたいなと思うし、例えば、まずはこういうものを、受注生産してみるとか、なんかいろんなチャレンジをこれからやってみてもいいかなと思いますね。僕らもどれぐらい作ればいいのか、どんなものを作ればいいのかっていうのも実はよく分かってないっていうのがまだ本当正直なところなんで、こういう声も。
Well, we have to be honest regarding these. We have goods that have been produced for this crowdfunding campaign. We have the T-shirts, the specialty badges. We have the masks. But I mean, people are asking for goods, but we don't know which goods could be popular. Which kind of goods would the public want to get from WCS? It would be great if these persons who are making these questions could get in touch with you, the organizers, and get a better idea of what would people in the United States or people in France or people in any other of the participating countries would like to get with the image, the logo of the World Cosplay Summit, and we would gladly consider the production of such goods to make them available to our fans and supporters.
Yeah, I think that would be wonderful. I think we could probably do maybe like a stream, a discovery stream, like talk about ideas, and then maybe look into as like a sample making, talking to some of the cosplayers and seeing ideas of like what they could make, and then see if it's reasonable to produce for the future, and are items that the WCS is comfortable with producing, and also people are interested in purchasing, and you know, maybe like look into getting you some of that marketing research.
これ確かに次回のまたこういうストリーミング配信番組のネタにもできると思いますよ。直接その興味を持っている方からのちょっと声をちょっと聞かせて、それもまたやっぱりそのグッズによって市販のものより多分コスプレイヤーさんに作ってもらったユニークなね 特別なカスタムのはい、例えば、はい、ベンジャマンさんの、はい、ちょっと例がおかしいんですけれども、はい、今、ティオンさんもなんか、何を、はい、例えばこういうタオルとか、はい、これも一部で来てますけれども、やっぱり次回、本当にファンの皆さんからの声を聞かす、ちょっとこれを番組のネタにしましょう。はい。
So I kind of want to add something because WCS has been making pretty various merchandise every year, but the selling result was not really good. So they're like, I think we are lack of ideas. So it will be really good to hear some idea from cosplayer side, what they actually want WCS office to make for them.
Also, perhaps we need to communicate that when the goods are coming, and then show people photographs of what it is that's available, and also maybe look into making those items available for the entire world. I know most of those goods are only available in Japan to people who show up for the event. So I think that, in the future, making it available for us to sell around the world would be really helpful, because I know that there's a ton of cosplayers in the United States who want to support, want to purchase goods, want to show their support with the purchased goods. So I think that's something we could probably look into for the logistics.
これはまたダイアナさんからのまたコメントなんですけれども、もしグッズを作った場合はやっぱり写真とかでこんなグッズはこんな感じのものですとかってちょっと写真でなんか分かりやすく見えるような反則資料をね作るのも大切ですし、それから今までの WCS のグッズは日本で作って日本でのWCS が主催したイベントでの即売会とかで売ったりしてそれで終わり。でもやっぱりこのグッズが海外からでも購入できるようなシステムを導入した方が本当にすればいいと思います。なぜかというとアメリカではWCS 今回例えばこのクラウドファンディングキャンペーンを通してWCS を支援してくれた方なんですけれども、もうクラウドファンディングキャンペーン以外にも例えばこのグッズ購入を通してWCS を支えていきたいというコスプレイヤーが多くいますので、彼らにはなんかちょっと届けることができればと思います。
参考になりました。ありがとう。
Thank you very much. We'll take these into consideration.
Well, there's going to be plenty of suggestions. Like a lot of people are asking how they can support the WCS, and of course comes with eventually getting some merchandise. But I think initiatives like the live stream. So I think the community you have around the WCS is very strong. So you should also seek their help and seek their advices about what they would like WCS to be. And like I said, on a more international level. Because the audience is very different from one country to another. So if you could please listen to participants and of course to your dear organizers when they advise you on something, that would be nice. Overall we have your ear, but sometimes it's true that especially always regarding communication, it's been a long time issue that is still a big struggle. Even if there were some improvements, it's still a big struggle.
これはまず先ほどの話とちょっと続きになりますけれども、やっぱり世界各国のオーディエンス各国のサポーターがそれぞれプロフィールが違いますので対象が違いますから、例えばそのグッズを作る時とかやっぱりアプローチするときはやっぱりみんなは海外のサポーターファンは日本のサポーターと同じ扱い方が やっぱり効果的じゃないと思います。それが海外各国のコミュニティは今回のクラウドファンディングで分かりましたがね、サポートがあります。本当に世界各地に世界コスプレサミットを支援したいと思う方がいますよね。やっぱりオーガナイザーを通して彼らの声が普段WCS 側には伝えてみてますけれども、やっぱりコミュニケーションがいつもね双方的になって双方的に効果的であるわけじゃないんですから、これからもやっぱり WCS 側でも海外オーガナイザーの声ももうちょっと聞いていただいたら嬉しいと思いますので、今ちょっとコミュニケーションが最近改善したのに違いないんですけれども、もっと双方的にしてほしいからご協力お願いしたいんです。
はい、もちろん了解です。森君、スケジューリングだよ。ね。
Understood.
Thank you. I guess we're reaching the end of this segment here. And I think Oguri-san, Mori-san, and Taeyeon as well deserve some good sleep by being in Japan because it's already 1 a.m. almost over there. If Diana, do you want to add a little something before we let them get some rest as well?
Sure. I just wanted to say that I appreciate how supportive and how much like freedom we were given to put together this stream, and I think that it's really going to be the start of or like the continuation of strong partnerships and communication, and I'm really hopeful to see how we create positive changes for the future of the WCS event. I know that things are very different country to country and group to group, and so I think really what I would like to say is thank you so much for trusting us with your stream, with your YouTube, for creating these contents, for giving us this chance to show exactly how strong the World Cosplay Summit alumni and the supporting cosplayers and the community of people that we have around the world are. And I look forward to doing these soft takeovers in the future again. So thank you very much for your trust, and we're so happy. Like, I'm very happy to have been able to support, and I appreciate it.
はい、ちょっと、簡潔に訳しますと、今回はね、もうくくりとしてダイアナさんが今回ね強調したいのはWCS 側からオーガナイザーへの信用のことですよね。今回はWCS のその配信ソーシャルメディアアカウントとかYouTube チャンネルとか WCS の手配を使ってこのオーガナイザーがすごく自由にコンテンツを設計して実施できたこのイベントの実施がすごく嬉しく思います。これがWCS 側のちょっと関わりがあまりね大きくなくて、オーガナイザー側で考えた企画がこんなに成功できてとても嬉しかったので、これは本当に一回限りのこの志じゃなくてこれからもこの取り組みを続けてまたこういうオーガナイザー側で世界各地にいるアラムナイコスプレイヤー一般的にサポートをしてくれている方の支援でストリーミングをもう一度やりたいと思います。これから素敵な始まり。はい。
And also, thank you to Les in South Africa for all of his amazing support through everything. Les is the organizer of South Africa, and he's actually contributed behind the scenes as well for multiple things and helped us to get, things like the Kickstarter going. So Les, if you're watching, I love you very much indeed, and I think you're doing well.
そして南アフリカのオーガナイザーレスさんへの特別な感謝も示したいんですよね。レスさんがちょっと陰でもいろいろ設定してましたしね、このストリーミングの協力が本当に不可欠だったし、そのキックスターターのクラウドファンディングキャンペーンの設定には本当にかけがえのないねサポートをいただいてくれたから、もしレスさんが今ちょっと見ているところだったら大好きですよ、ありがとうございましたと心からお伝えします。
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So there's one final thing, and I hope you enjoyed it and you saw that during the live stream. We have raffles happening, and because we reached 11 million, I think we're gonna have 4 winners for the next raffle. So from 1025 to 11 millions, because you guys did amazing. So we're gonna have 4 raffles. So Raffle Master is gonna set it up in just a second, and then you will be able to enter it by being on the Twitch chat and typing the hashtag raffle one last time all together for this. Yes, Raffle Master incoming. And you can win amazing video games and prizes, including for one of them a WCS gift bag from Japan made by the WCS Japanese alumni. So now I want to see all spam on the chat. I'm going to play as well because I deserve some prizes as well. Thank you. So the last raffle of the evening, the last raffle of this WCS Endgame initiatives. Thank you so much. Thank you, Patrick, as well. Patrick, an amazing person who's been in the corner watching us. He hasn't talked much, but he did a lot of work behind the scenes, and he's a dear friend. And I wouldn't have been able to put this up, to start just the concept of this without him. And we've received the help from so many people, so many organizers, and so many cosplayers through this weekend. It was really amazing, and thank you for everyone for their help, their support.
Thank you to Sweden also. Sweden.
To what? I see Sweden.
Yes, all the Swedish alumni, all the Swedish organizer Lynn for putting together the print shop, and I think donating something like I think it was like 1 million yen altogether. It was amazing. Thank you so much to them as well.
Yes, 1 million yen they gathered indeed. Yeah, that was amazing. They expected to make half, and they got double the amount of money. That was amazing. And
with my girlfriend.
So the raffle is going to end up soon. Before the end, I would like to thank everyone for being here this evening with us, and thank you, Paul, for translating and our messages, even if they're a bit rude sometimes, especially when it's a French guy telling them.
It's direct.
Direct, exactly. So the raffle is going on, and there's going to be 10 seconds left, and we'll be done, and we'll all be able to get some rest. Right, Patrick? You want to get some rest?
Yes, I want to. Please. I want to sleep.
Poor Patrick, working so hard.
Also, thank
you, everyone.
Taeyeon. Thank you, Taeyeon.
Yeah, thank you, Taeyeon, for being amazing. Taeyeon is doing an amazing work. Everybody in the chat, I want to have like a thank you, Taeyeon.
Thank you. And
right
thank you.
now in the chat, everybody, thank you, Taeyeon.
Hashtag thank you, Taeyeon.
No.
Yes, thank you, Taeyeon.
Embarrassed Taeyeon.
Also, I have to say thank you to Nico and Kai in the next room over there doing the chat, the bot, the raffles, the Skype setups, everything. That was just way too much for one person.
Yes. Thank you, Taeyeon.
And thank you, Ben, for your chest.
Yeah.
We've
I'm really
got
happy that it's not mine.
We have Zumi, make them awesome. Javier Gaten winning it twice. It's the second time he's winning. Lucky you. And Lutreya. Congratulations to you guys. Check your private messages. You're going to have a little message from our moderator to get your email address, and then we'll handle to get you all those amazing prizes that you won. So thank you, everyone. WCS Endgame is over. We all get some rest, and especially Taeyeon. She needs sleep. She was present in the stream, following us and helping us throughout the 3 days as well. So thank you, Taeyeon, for all your hard work again, and thank you, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you in Japan next summer. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And see you very soon. Bye. WCS Endgame is over.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. S'il vous plaît.